everyone. This is Casey Pruitt, and in this lesson of the How to Lead a Grace Group course, I'm going to walk us through what exactly a Grace Group is. So, in order to understand the context of the Grace Groups, let me tell you briefly about the Grace Alliance. So, we're a small team who exists to cultivate healthy solutions for hearts and minds through simple, innovative biblical truths, scientific research, and practical tools. And one of the biggest ways that we do this is through our Grace Groups. Now, the Grace Groups are designed to provide healthy solutions for hearts and minds in a small group experience. Each chapter in the curriculum provides opportunities to transform our daily life. So you'll see both scripture and science give a new perspective and practical tools that will help address the challenges that come with either living with or supporting someone through any sort of mental health difficulty or disorder. But let's also talk about what a Grace Group is not. So the Grace Groups are not professional clinical therapy groups. Anyone can attend as long as their present condition doesn't overwhelm the leader and the group each session. So the participants should have a good degree of stability without being triggered or causing ongoing distractions from the topic, and they should refrain from harmful or negative comments towards group members. This is also not a group meeting for benevolent needs. Remember that providing extra forms of assistance like food or finances can actually lead to codependency or enabling behaviors. So if requests are made, it's actually healthiest for both you and your group member if you direct them to your church or an organization that can provide for those needs. So let's talk about what it means to be a Grace Group leader. First, we want you to know that you do not have to be a professional to facilitate a Grace Group. The Grace Groups are actually designed to be lay-led by family members, friends, or individuals living with a mental health difficulty who are in a healthy place to facilitate and support others. The information covered in this course and the Grace Support course will equip you to understand the basic principles of each group, as well as helpful facilitation and communication techniques. Plus, you'll be supported by our Grace Alliance team and other Grace Group facilitators along the way. Now, Redefine can be facilitated by a youth pastor or a volunteer, a college ministry staff member, a college student, or even an adult mentor who may have their own journey with a mental health difficulty or has a passion for seeing this topic become accessible for the student population. Most importantly, the leader of the Redefine Grace Group should aim to create a safe place where all students will feel the freedom to openly share about their struggles and difficult experiences, and even ask the challenging questions, excitement to learn new facts, and comfortable to discover new things about themselves and their friends through each Redefine lesson. So therefore, we recommend that parents do not lead a group where his or her child would be participating in that group. Now, when we look at who may be participating in these groups, the groups don't focus on any specific mental health difficulty, but instead address common topics that are helpful for anyone living through or supporting someone through a mental health journey. So all participants should have a good degree of stability without being triggered or causing ongoing distractions from the topic, as we discussed previously. The Living Grace Group is intended for adult individuals who are living with anxiety, depression, or any other mental health difficulty. The Family Grace Group is for family members, spouses, and friends who are supporting a loved one through a mental health difficulty or disorder. And then finally, the Redefine Grace Group is for high school and college age students who are experiencing stress, anxiety, depression, and other mental health difficulties. So lastly, let's finish up with some group details. So to help with timing and building community in a comfortable environment, the average group size is usually around 10 people. However, there are several groups that exist that are much smaller or much larger that are still very beneficial. The group is designed to meet weekly for 16 weeks, and it's also optional to divide the group into two separate 8-week sessions with a break in the middle. So for example, you can have a fall session, break for the holidays, and then continue the next 8-week session in the spring. Now, the exception to this is the redefined grace group, which is only 10 weeks, and it's only 10 weeks so that it can actually fit within either a semester or a quarter. The group curriculum is designed to take roughly an hour and a half, which leaves room for socializing, discussion, and time to learn and practice the tools that are included in each lesson. Most people find this length of time reasonable enough to easily commit. However, depending on the group, some may want a shorter meeting time or a longer meeting time. So you and your group members can decide on the time frame that actually works best for the majority of the group. Regardless of what you decide, what is important is to work to stay on track during the group so that you can start and end your group at the time you've agreed upon. And then finally, the grace groups can be held in a variety of different locations: a home, a classroom, a church, a community center, or even a business meeting room. And it's best not to place any expectation to provide snacks and drinks, since it may be difficult for some to do this. But if someone expresses interest, you are more than welcome to allow them to do this, communicating that there is no ongoing expectation. Now you can move on to our next lesson about leading a grace group, which will take you through the structure of the groups.